Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
So here's a better comparison to make: the Kindle Fire and the Nook Tablet.
Yes.
And there are a few differences, even though there are a lot of similarities, and many people are likely to decide between one of these two devices. So, Jake, since you've got a lot more experience with either of these, families, what do you see as the prime differences in these two newer class devices?
So the biggest differences are, obviously the price. The Nook tablet is $249 versus $199 for the Kindle. So more expensive, but what you're getting for the more expensive is you get a microphone on the Nook tablet.
Why does that matter, though? What is a mic?
So
$50 mic.
I use things like Evernote for taking notes, and you can record a audio note with a microphone. You can't without a microphone, obviously.
Right.
They have a cool feature on here where if you have any of the children's books that you purchase, you can record your voice reading the children's book so that then you can play it back for your kid. I mean, obviously, it'd be better to read to your kids in person. But,
sure.
But
that's kind of neat.
That's kind of a neat feature.
Okay. So what else is different then?
The other things that are different are I think the speaker placement on the back of the Nook is kind of wonky.
So it's down towards the bottom.
I mean, because you
versus
think about
the Kindle where you've got two speakers up on the top.
Yeah, I mean, so you've got this physical button here, which makes you sort of consciously, that's the bottom of the device.
And that's where you're holding it.
And that's where you're holding it.
So it blocks
your hand is over the speaker. So that's kind of a poor design.
It's going to block the audio. Well, there's another difference between the two. You've got a physical button for nav on the Nook versus no physical button for nav on the Kindle Fire.
Yep. The other thing, I think the Nook did a better job of placing the headphone jack here. Again, that kind of plays into the where you hold your hand.
Right, versus the Kindle Fire, which places it on the bottom. So pretty big differences, even when you get in and start using each one of these platforms. So what about software then? I mean, I see that both of them have Hulu Plus and Netflix. I mean, these are the two primary streaming services beyond the value of having Amazon Prime specifically on.
Yeah, there's no Amazon Prime for the Nook tablet, obviously.
Or access to the Kindle library from the Nook.
There's no Kindle app. The Kindle app has been banned from the Nook store. And actually, the Nook store has significantly fewer apps than the Amazon store. I don't know if Nook will ultimately catch up, but currently Amazon has far more apps.
Okay. So then screen size, I think we're talking the same resolution.
Yeah, it's 1024 by 600, I think is what both of them are.
I believe on both of them, yeah.
Both have the same 1 gigahertz processor. The Nook has more RAM. I believe it's 1 gigabyte of RAM, 512.
But what does that mean? I mean,
that actually means that the apps load a little faster, snappier response. Theoretically, web pages might render a little bit faster. I mean, granted, your Wi-Fi connection is going to play into that as well. But on the same Wi-Fi connection, I think having that little extra bit of RAM may help it load things in faster.
You've got physical volume buttons on the Nook versus the only physical button you have on the Kindle is the power button. That's it. What else?
Yeah, this has also a power button.
Right.
Of course, there's the lovely little handle
on the Nook.
Just
like previous Nooks. Versus no handle on the Amazon Kindle Fire.
One thing that I've noticed, and I don't know how well this will play in this video, is the size. While the Kindle is a little bit thicker, it's probably about, I'm calling it like iPad 1 thickness, and the Nook is more like iPad 2 thickness, approximately.
Okay. That's just by feel.
That's by feel. I haven't measured it down to the micro.
Right. Well, sometimes it's fine to throw away specs and just go by. Well, how does it feel? How does it? How do you?
And I mean, you get an extra if you look there, that's like 3/4 of an inch.
It seems thicker. Yeah.
It's a longer. The Nook Color, or both the Nook Color and the Nook Tablet, are longer devices than the Kindle Fire.
Okay.
And so actually I bring up the Nook Color in part because if you don't care about having the slightly faster processor, the Nook Color may be a good choice because it is $50 cheaper. So it puts it like right in the same price range as the Kindle Fire.
We could probably do some comparison videos between the both of those.
Yeah,
Nook. That'd be a separate video.
Oh, and one more thing that is very different is back here on the Nook Tablet, you get a slot that you can put a micro SD card in. There is no storage expansion at all on the Kindle Fire.
So it seems that in many cases you get what you pay for. Spending $50 extra, you can have a similar experience. So why would you say someone would choose the Kindle Fire over the Nook tablet?
So I think probably the strongest reason that I would choose the Kindle Fire over the Nook Tablet is I'm an Amazon Prime member. I've been a member for years. So I've got their instant streaming videos. I've got music stored in the Amazon Cloud Music service, which is not integrated with the Nook. I think I probably could figure out a way to access it through a web page or rooting the device. So maybe that's not really an issue. But I have hundreds of books on the Kindle from having purchased for other Kindle devices. So I mean, that's another factor. So I mean, there's sort of that. It's not really a lock-in per se, but after you've gone down one path long enough, you may continue down that path.
So then why would you choose a Nook Tablet over the Kindle Fire?
So if I was wanting to have this be a pure tablet experience, where I might say hack the device, I'd be far more inclined to go with the Nook because it is very similar to their previous Nook Color, and there's a whole community around having hacked the Nook Color already. So I think hacking this device and doing more with it, like say installing Ice Cream Sandwich as that becomes more readily available, which is a newer version of the Android operating system, that's going to probably be far easier with the Nook than it is with Kindle. And I'm making an assumption, but just based on the fact that there's a community around it, I think that'll be easier.
I think we'll see that on both platforms, but it seems in terms of hardware options, you've got more.
Well, storage, I would say that
the storage, the audio, you've got a lot more going on for you with the in terms of that hardware with the Nook tablet.
And either one of them, if you've already purchased songs through like iTunes, all the unlocked songs play on Android pretty easily. I figured that out with my phone like right away, where I would transfer stuff over from like Media Monkey. I would use that to manage my music, and all my iTunes library plays.
So what does everybody else out there think?